What is going on, everybody? It's your boy TFG here, coming back at you with another Minecraft video. We're back today in the how-to world where we talk about different miscellaneous Minecraft information. Today we're going to be talking about terracotta and glazed terracotta. By the end of this, you will know everything you could possibly need to know about the stuff. If I missed anything, add it in the comments and I will give you personally a high five. Now let's go ahead and get started. First things first, how can you get this stuff? Well, there are three different ways. First, you can get it from crafting it with clay. A lot of people don't know that. Pretty cool little thing that you can do there. Second, you can get it obviously from natural generation, just finding it in the world. We'll talk about everywhere you can do that in just a second. And third, you can get it from trading with villagers. We'll go into that in more detail in just a moment as well. Let's go ahead and get started with crafting this stuff. Now, you're gonna need clay to do this. So grab 4 clay from your nearby river. Go ahead, place that in a crafting table grid in a shape like this. You can also silk touch clay and get it out of a river in the block form, and that's probably the better way to do it. So once you get your clay block, you want to place it into a furnace with a fuel source. Any fuel will do. Wood, saplings, coal, charcoal, whatever you got, throw it in there and smelt up this clay block and you will get plain terracotta. Now that we have plain terracotta, we're going to make colored terracotta. To make colored terracotta, you need to grab 8 regular terracotta, and then you need to grab 1 die of your choice. You do not need 8 die, you only need 1 die. This is a 1-to-1 trade, so when you place it into your crafting table grid, all 8 terracotta and your 1 die, you will get 8 terracotta out. So you won't lose any terracotta, you'll just lose 1 die each time. Also, you can only do this once. You cannot change the color once you make it, and you cannot make it plain again. It will always be locked in at that color. Now you have 16 colors of colored terracotta because there are 16 dyes in Minecraft. Check out my video on Minecraft dyes if you want to know more about how to get them and how to use them. What does that mean with glazed terracotta? Well, that means that there are 16 colors of glazed terracotta as well. Remember, there's also a plain terracotta, so there are 17 in total, which is funny because with all the other colored blocks, wool, concrete, and concrete powder, there's only 16. They don't have like a base block. Terracotta does, so there's 17. Kind of cool little interesting fact to know. So how do we make glazed terracotta? Well, you cannot use regular plain terracotta because it's not colored. You need a colored terracotta to make a colored glazed terracotta. So grab one of the colored terracottas and grab another fuel source, whatever you want to use. You'll see that I've done this already. We're gonna get pink glazed terracotta out of the pink terracotta. It is once again a 1-to-1 trade. If you put 1 in here, you're gonna get 1 out the other side. Next thing, it is important to know that these stack in full stacks of 64. You may have already gathered that, but it is important to know. And also, if you want to pick it up, you have to use a pickaxe. If you do not use a pickaxe, it'll just poof away and you'll lose your terracotta. So regular terracotta, glazed terracotta, all of it, make sure you use a pickaxe. Next, if you place terracotta below a note block, it will make a bass sound. Check this out. Pretty cool. Next, we're going to talk about moving this stuff around. If you want to move it with a piston, regular terracotta is down, but glazed terracotta is not. You'll see that sometimes it does not want to work. It'll let you move it, kind of, but it will not let you pull it back. I don't know if this is just bedrock, but basically what I'm trying to say here is be careful. If you're relying on being able to move glazed terracotta with pistons, you're going to be disappointed. Check this out. With slime blocks, you can move regular terracotta. With honey blocks, you can move it, but with glazed terracotta, you cannot. It is going to completely ignore slime blocks and honey blocks. So make sure you know when you're placing this stuff, you will have to pick it up with a pickaxe if you want to move it again. Next, we're going to talk about natural regeneration. Now, I know you're seeing this and you're like, oh my gosh, what is this? This is actually very simple. On the top, you have the names of terracotta. In this row, we have terracotta. In this row, we have glazed terracotta, so you can visually see what they are. Right here, you can see that we have a glazed terracotta here, marking that these bottom 2 descriptions are for glazed terracotta. And here's regular terracotta, marking that the top 2 descriptions are for regular terracotta. This is just telling you guys everywhere where this stuff naturally generates. If you want to screenshot this, I highly recommend doing that. If you're interested in knowing where these are, you can reference this chart and you can know like, okay, well, I can't find this one. You know, like some of them you see, you can't even find naturally in Minecraft. So it's nice to know which ones you can find and where to go to find them. Now let's talk about trading to get this stuff. To trade to get this stuff, you need a stone mason villager. You need to get him to expert level trades and he will trade you. So you see this is terracotta, and then you see right here, this is glazed terracotta. He can trade you both of them. If you're confused about how to trade with villagers or how to get them to expert level trades, check out my video on villager trading. It's 10 minutes long. It's got every trade in the game, every profession, everything you could want to know about that. Now let's talk about blast resistance. We'll go over this really quickly because a lot of people are like, I don't care about blast resistance, but it is important to know. Check this out. Stone is kind of a standard in Minecraft for blast resistance, in my opinion. You'll see that you're going to get, generally speaking, right around a 3x3 hole. If you do this in Terracotta, you will get the same thing. Terracotta has a pretty good blast resistance, but if we switch over to Glazed Terracotta, it is going to go down significantly. It is important to know this in case you are using TNT around any of this stuff. Make sure that if you're near Glazed Terracotta, you are very, very careful because you will get rid of a lot of it and you'll lose a lot of it, so just make sure you are careful. Next, we're going to talk about a color comparison of terracotta, concrete, and wool. You'll see on the bottom we have Glazed Terracotta and regular Terracotta. Glazed Terracotta is vibrant, whereas regular Terracotta is dull and earthen. So when you're using these, if you want a vibrant color, you would want the Glazed Terracotta, but it has a lot of patterns, so it's hard to use. So for vibrant colors, I recommend going to concrete. Concrete will give you those vibrant, plain colors that you can use in a lot of builds, but it also has a second option where you can use the concrete powder. It falls with gravity, but as long as there's something underneath it, you can use this nice textured, like colored sand, colored gravel block. And then in the middle of the two of these, you have wool. Wool is textured and it's still nice, it's still colorful, but it's kind of like a middle of the road type of thing. It's also important to know that wool is flammable, so be careful when you're using it in a world with fire spread on or near lava. Now let's talk about Glazed Terracotta. We're going to finish this video off by just going over some important things. First of all, it is primarily used for decoration. You can see in this floor right here, it'll be used in ceilings, walls, whatever. There are 4 of them that have special shapes. Magenta has arrows, so you can actually use these arrows to point people in a certain direction. Cyan has a creeper face. Purple has a sword hilt and a pickaxe in it, and lime has a crossbow in it. Now, how do you place terracotta? A lot of people want to know how to place it. Well, it's going to form a nice 2x2 shape, and it's placed where you are facing. So there are a lot of different shapes you can make. Let me show you how to do this. It's actually extremely simple. There are 4 blocks in front of you to make a 2x2 shape. Assign them roles: top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. So this time we're going to use top left. So place it, now turn, place in the top left, turn, place in the top left, turn, place in the top left. We have our first shape. Now to get our second shape, what have we done? Well, we used the top left, so now we just use the top right. Place it, rotate, place it, rotate, place it, and rotate. Now we have our second shape. So there are 2 more shapes, and now you want to just use bottom left and bottom right, place it, rotate, place it, rotate. That is it, guys. That is how you make these shapes. It's actually very simple. Once you do it a couple times, I recommend just practicing in creative for a minute. Now let's go ahead and look at all the different designs. I highly recommend you guys screenshot this right here, or you bookmark this video, because this right here is great to have. It is super handy. You know, Glazed Terracotta is one of the most vibrant, colorful blocks in the game. Not only that, but it is by far the most patterned block in the game. So this is going to really give you guys the opportunity to make some crazy things in Minecraft. You really want to know these different colors and shapes and everything. Like, it is really useful and handy. But that is everything you could possibly want to know about Terracotta and Glazed Terracotta. I hope this helped you guys. If it did, maybe leave a like. That would help me. And of course, if you want to see more from me, stick around with the channel and subscribe. And as always, have a good one.